You're now tuned in to PTSD Talk TV with your host Dilla and Dunn.
I fight to come up, As time passed by, it seemed like, the older and wiser we get, we're supposed to get and obtain knowledge, hold on to it, maybe pass it on, help people, whatever. Whatever it is we're supposed to be doing out here, but shit, I'm worn out, you know what I mean? I'm always holding 10 up on my shoulders, but 10 can't hold up one. And it's always taken away from me, taken away from what I built, from what I got, what I worked hard for. I gotta do it, I gotta do it, me now. Feel like my whole life I've been down. Seem like those who be around me want me to stay down, but I'm trying to come up. I fight to come up.
Good morning. This is PTSD Talk TV with your host Dilla
And Dunn.
and it's early as fuck, y'all, in the morning. Thank y'all for sitting with us through PTSD Talk TV. I'm gonna talk real fast. Dunn is real smooth and more subtle than me, but I just wanted to get some off my chest and get this recording out there. And as soon as I clear my plate a little bit, I'm gonna be faster with this content and just making y'all aware. The first thing I just want to say is everybody right now that I've seen, that's why I watch the news and shit. And don't ask me what this fucking topic is gonna be about, because I don't have one. But you watch the news and all these podcasters, broadcasters, and videos, and Vlad TVs, and whatever else the fuck they got, and David Letterman, and Rihanna got a new bow tie for her shoes. Y'all motherfuckers need to be worried about who's gonna take care of the deceased. And I guess that would be what I'm talking about today. This is some real shit. Every time you turn around, somebody's concerned about, well, Johnny yelled at me, and my boss get on my nerve. And when it's time for these systems, well, everybody worry about who's going to be the next president, who the next governor, and everybody want to post their fucking political views of how the Republicans and Candace Owens with the leftists and the rightists. And
Shut your bitch ass!
I'm going to tell you why y'all stupid. Because one day you're going to fucking die. And people are like, well, it don't concern me, because I got my shit in order. So it don't concern me. I'm sure you can sit over there in your little corner and be calm. When it comes down to us being in these systems, these foster homes, these group homes, these daycares, which fucking president, which fucking governor, which fucking mayor, which senator is going to really, really make some improvement on these systems? They got these policies in place. They tell you could make a complaint, all this shit, and it don't even fucking matter, y'all. Oh, we running around, which president? And Trump said this, and Joe Biden said that, and when Reagan was in office, and this and that, and the police, and Black Lives Matter, and conspiracy theories left and right, and then your loved ones are in the facilities, they leaving snot in their nose, shit in their ass, they got piss in the bed with them, they ain't brushing their teeth, they charging you $1 billion. You'll be better off having your loved ones at home and let them die the fuck at home. And then you got people waiting on people to die. Y'all crooked ass family members. Oh, I can't wait till you die so I can collect my 40,000. So Don, let me stop ranting real quick. What you got to say about this shit right now? Let me get this off my chest. What you got to say?
What I got to say is family and situations are full of shit.
You full of shit. You understand that? You full of
But
shit.
you've worked in these facilities, so I know you know firsthand how this shit go. And you got 5, 10, 20 years experience in the facility. So tell me if I'm wrong, but go ahead, finish your thought, what you feel about why everybody running around, oh, my hair, nails, and why you ain't talked to me in 2 months, and oh my God, so-and-so had a new baby, I should get a poodle. Niggas ain't worried about how they gonna be getting treated when it's time for the end.
I guarantee you on your best day, you're not as smart as I am.
Yeah, a lot of people don't give a shit until it happens to them, more or less. But for the most part, from my experience working in these facilities, I'll tell you one thing. If anybody came to visit the facility, they had to go through us. It wasn't like, oh, I don't know this person. Because at the end of the day, unless you came when I wasn't there, I would know who the person that's coming to visit the individuals. You know what I mean? Everybody was on the same page, or tried to be it for the most part, I know I did. I didn't allow visitors to just come talk to my individuals without me being there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew who they were, and I took note of who they were and the interaction, and I would sit there, I would have meetings with the staff, the facilitators, and we would discuss the plan, and I would have to sit in on these meetings because I'm the one dealing with the individuals.
Right.
So it wasn't like I didn't know what was going on. I always knew what was going on when it came to my individuals, unless I wasn't there. The majority of the time I was there. So, I would do 16-hour shifts on a regular.
Wait, what?
I would have to see doctors and all types of stuff. And I would advocate for my individuals because they couldn't advocate for themselves. Yeah, so, a lot of times they didn't actually be in that position. So I knew what was going on with the individuals most of the time. But, it's just sad, a lot of these individuals that I took care of, only maybe a chosen few, or few of them had family members that was real advocates for their people. And it used to hurt my heart because, some of these individuals, even though they couldn't speak, you could tell they was lonely because, they came from a home and moved into a facility. So when they would see their loved ones or hear their loved ones, because some of the individuals I worked for were blind, they would hear their family members, and that would make their day. You know what I'm saying? But the trauma was after they left. It would be a 6-month period before they saw their family member. Yeah, sometimes even longer than that, because I understand people are busy and got things to do, but it's something about the word love that I feel is more of a choice than an actual action.
I love you.
Because, you'll be a part of a family system, and there's favoritism with any hierarchy, and whether family, work, just interaction, everyday interaction, and it's not cool, You don't mess with cousin Johnny because of whatever reason, and then something happens to Johnny. It's like you're all falling all over the casket, asking Jesus why, and stuff like that. And it's like, it's not genuine. And that's what really deterred me from going to funerals. Because I would see stuff like that, and I'd be like, where was your antennas at when this first happened to this person? And it was like, there was no realness to it, and it just made me disgusted being around that. So a lot of times when my loved ones would pass away, I wouldn't want to be at the funeral. I wouldn't even entertain that. I would just sit in silence and mourn by myself because I just didn't want to deal with the shenanigans. And it's disappointing to see this, like, especially if you really love family members, and even if you didn't really get along with the family member, it's like, what was you doing while they was here to show them that, yeah, I love you, and I choose to love you because you're part of my tribe or part of my ancestry and stuff like that. So it's like, for the most part, it's just disgusting to me to see what K. Reno spoke about in one of his songs, which was family fools. We deal with that a lot in our communities, and it's just despicable, especially an elder. It's like, once an elder passes away, the family members will come out of nowhere and say, hey, I want her TV. Whatever she owned or possessed, it's like people start to claim things, and I believe she would have wanted me to have this. And it's like, I would encounter that a lot. I've lost a few family members over the years, and it's just, the energy is ridiculous, because when you lose a loved one, the first thing somebody's going to say is, oh, as long as they're not suffering anymore. Well, if you were sincere as a relative or family member, they wasn't supposed to suffer in the first place. You feel me? So, it's kind of hard to entertain that jargon, and there's a jargon that's been passed down from generation to generation. So it's like it becomes normal for people to say things like that, and it's like I'm at a different place in my life and spiritually that I see the real and recognize the fake facades, and it's like people say nice things all of a sudden to get a piece of the riches or a piece of the legacy that was left behind, and it's like they don't even deserve it. But yeah, it's just, like I said, disgusting to me. So, on these journeys that I've been on, I've seen family come out of nowhere. I want this, and I want that. And it's like, I don't believe that the person would have wanted you to have this, because
You're full of shit.
not only that, before he or she passed, they told me you were full of shit. And, I know the real, and I know what's going on. So, all I'm going to say is this. If you find yourself in a position to advocate for a family member or, stand in the gap for that family member, you should do that, because, they would have wanted that. Family you heard about but you never seen before pops up and be like, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And that's why here at PTSD Talk TV, we express that you get involved the proper way. And what I mean by that is put things in place. You know what I'm saying? Sit down with your elders and have that talk with them, even if they don't want to talk. You know what I mean? Have that talk with them about what's your will that you need me to do before you leave this earth, because it'll become a family feud if you don't. And I say this to say that you must put things in perspective for your elders, especially your parents, you young children out there that's leaning on your parents. Yeah, you must learn about that stuff, because...
So you're pretty much saying don't wait till something happens to try to get things in perspective. It's supposed to be, and if you think about it, it's something that's not talked about where everybody's in good health. Everybody's Applebee's, you see, and so's got a new baby, and the dolphins at SeaWorld. You're like,
health crisis happens, because...
You're right, the breakdown of not talking about the real shit. It breaks the body down.
Running down to Applebee's and eating all that donut butter and stuff, it puts you in a position to,
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a short intermission, though, man. This is a get it off your dome day. But we're going to take a short intermission. Thank y'all for sticking with us, and thank y'all for get it off your dome Mondays. Yeah, and if you can't stick with it today, sometimes this content is so strong, you got to put it down and come back to it. So hopefully you ain't getting your brain zapped. Get hit over the head with a mallet of truth. So on that note, we're going to take a short intermission. We'll be back. PTSD Talk TV.
To impress or live for the devil, so me and my babies can finally rest and be stable. If you ain't feeling that, then back the fuck up. My ambitions are righteous. God told me to fight to come up and never give up. Keep it strong and hold on. People say lay low, act grown. Bitch, you see I live grown and I think grown. Speak bold and spit cold. You the one who been settled. It's your soul that's been sold. Everybody do whatever they gotta do to make it. Battle my stability. I leave them on the pavement. No mistaken demons in my life. Leaving wounds and leaving me hurt. After I annihilate enemies, I get right back to work. Now I know they all think I got problems. They call me to get it, I call them, can't get nothing out of them. Said fuck that, don't mean no disrespect. Protect my investments, take a statement however you wanna take it. Feel like my whole life I've been down. Seem like those who be around me want me to stay down, but I'm trying to come up. Yeah. when it's time for war, especially if they wanna steal or bring the drama to my door. What the fuck you thinking? This mine, don't matter how I got it. I done worked hard, shed blood and sweat for this. If anybody wanna battle me for protecting me and family, I'm full throttle until all breath is gone from me. If it affect me, I can't let it hit home, so I get them before they get me in beef quickly. Bet I make it home. Y'all done heard the previous track. Who got my back? Staying tall, never fall with the wall to my back. Anything I do it for mine and our survival. You reap the benefits too, misuse it, now we rivals. They showing me they hate me, I do more than them they do for me. Bless you with a little bit, I fall hard to get for me. When it's time for me to show them it's done, they forget the good I've done. Now it's me against 301. Feel like my whole life I've been down. Seem like those who be around me want me to stay down, but I'm trying to come up. Yeah, I fight to come up. Yeah. And I ain't never had shit, so why they hate me? Mad at me cause I'll do anything to protect me. I feel to come up. Yeah. I fight to come up. As time passed by, it seemed like, the older and wiser we get, we supposed to get and obtain knowledge. Hold on to it, maybe pass it on, help people, whatever. Whatever it is we supposed to be doing out here, but shit, I'm worn out, you know what I mean? I'm always holding 10 up on my shoulders, but 10 can't hold up one. And it's always taken away from me, taken away from what I built, from what I got, I worked hard for, so I gotta do it, I gotta do it, me now. Feel like my whole life I've been down, seem like those who be around